Hello and thank you for joining this lesson. Going to continue with Distinction 006 Mathematics Grade 9 paper. We have already covered and discussed Section A, which carries 20 marks. We discussed all these questions, and also Section B, we also discussed some questions from question number 21 all the way to question number 30. And therefore in this video, we're going to continue with part 2, which is from question number 31 all the way to the last question. If you missed the first video, don't worry, because I'm going to pin the link in the comment section. Kindly you can take your time, watch it first, then come back so that we can continue with the second section of this video. So we're going to start with number 31. It says, Fadhia drove her car in 2 hours, so this is the time, in a distance of 180 kilometers from Mombasa to Gongoni. What speed was used by Fadhia's car in part A, kilometers per hour, to max, part B, meters per second? So you know that from this formula, this is a very simple question. Speed is equals to distance over time. The distance is there, it is 180 kilometers, so I'm going to divide 180 kilometers divided by the time. You can see the time is 2 hours. So when divide these two, 180 divided by 2, you can see we get 90 kilometers per hour. So the speed is 90 kilometers per hour, and we score those 2 marks. Part B, convert the speed into meters per second. So you know that is a simple way of converting kilometers per hour into meters per second. So to convert, those who don't know, to convert kilometers per hour into meters per second, we simply multiply by a constant number, which is 5/18. So to convert kilometers per hour into meters per second, multiply by 5/18. And to convert back from meters per second to kilometers per hour, you multiply by the reciprocal, 18/5. So make sure you know this. We're going to multiply to convert into meters per second, and to multiply 90, multiply by 5/18. So we're going to take the speed. So the speed here we have, the speed will be, it is 90 kilometers per hour multiplied by 5/18. When you multiply 90 times 5/18, we get the answer equals to 25 meters per second. So the answer is 25 meters per second. We score those 2 marks. Continue with the next question, which is question number 32. Calculate the area of a regular pentagon. So if you hear the word pentagon, pentagon means the sides are 5, whose sides are 5 centimeters, given that the height of each triangle is 4 centimeters. So you can see here we have the figure, the diagram is here. We can make our triangles, so we can join from the center to the sides to make triangles. You can see here we have one triangle. I'm going to join from the center all the way to this side, and also from the center to this other side, also from the center. So you can see we have how many triangles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 triangles in total. So you know that area of this pentagon will be the sum of individual triangles. So we have 5 triangles. And you know that the area of a triangle is equals to a half base times height. So the area of the pentagon will be area. It will be area of one triangle, which is a half base multiplied by height, multiplied by, we have 5 isosceles triangles, so multiplied by 5. So I'm going to take the base. You can see this is the base from here to here. This triangle, I can call it A. The base is 5 centimeters. So it will be a half multiplied by the base, which is 5 centimeters, multiplied by the height. We are given the height. The height is triangle. The height of the triangle is 4 centimeters. So times 4 multiplied by 5. You can see by 2, 1, by 2, 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 2, you get 50. And therefore, the area is 50 centimeters squared. So the area is 50 centimeters squared. And we score those 3 marks. Number 33. Here we have the figure below shows a solid triangular prism. AB is equals to 26, AD 14, and AE is equals to DE, which is 10. The figure is there. draw a net of the above figure to marks. Then part B, calculate the total surface area of the above figure 4 marks. So you're going to start by drawing the net. So the net is, we open this diagram and we draw the faces. You can see how many faces do we have. We have 2 triangles here and here. So we have these 2 triangles. I'm going to shade. And then how many rectangles? We have the one at the bottom. So we have one at the bottom. And these other 2, the slanting. So we have 3 rectangles. So we're going to draw the net of that figure. The net is here. You can see this is the triangle. The triangle is here. It is an isosceles triangle with 10, 10. So I'm going to put here 10. So here we have 10 centimeters. And also here we have 10 centimeters. What about the base of the triangle? You can see the base is 14. So here we have 14 centimeters. These 2 triangles are equal. So also this is 10 centimeters and 10 centimeters. And here we have 14 centimeters. So for the rectangles, we have 3 rectangles. We have this one, which is 14 by 26, the one with this triangle. So here we have 26, the length is 26 centimeters. Also here it is 26 centimeters. Also here it is 26 centimeters. Finally, we have the length of this rectangle ABEF. You can see it is 10. So here we have 10. So this is 10 centimeters. And also this other one is 10 centimeters because they are equal. So here we have 10 centimeters. So this is the net of that solid. Maybe we can label some part. So here we have AD. So you can call this AD. And then here we have BC. Call here part B. There C. Here we have EF at the corner of the triangle. So here we have at the top A and F. Finally, you can see we have also for the rectangle, we have E and F, E and F. So also here, this is E, F. Also here, there we have E and F. So make sure when you're drawing the net, you label your diagram well. Going to continue with part B. So we are done with part A. You score those 2 marks. So this is the net of that solid. So I said you open, then you draw each face. Part B, calculate the total surface area of the above figure. Going to calculate the surface area. Surface area means the area of the faces. So the area of the faces, we can use the net or we can use this diagram to calculate the surface area. You're going to use the net to calculate the surface area. So I'm going to calculate the area. So this is the faces. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 faces. So we're going to start with the triangle. So here we have the triangle. The triangle is here. You can draw it. The triangle is here. Isosceles triangle. We have hypotenuse is 10. So here we have 10 centimeters. Also here you have 10 centimeters. And the base is 14. So the base is 14 centimeters. So our work is to get the height so that we can calculate the area of this triangle. So I'm going to use this one triangle. I'm going to draw it there. So here we have 10 centimeters. So when you divide by 2, we get 7 centimeters. So we're going to get these height. So we know that the height from the Pythagorean theorem, the height squared will be hypotenuse squared, which is 10 squared minus 7 squared. So the height squared is going to be 10 squared is 100 minus 7 squared is 49. We subtract 100 minus 49. You can see that the height squared is equals to 51. And the height will be a square root of 51, which is the height is going to be 7.14. So the height of the triangle is 7.14 centimeters. So this is the height of this triangle. So the area of the triangle, I can work it here, maybe down here. So the area of the triangle, area, I can call it area 1, it will be a half. times base times the height, and it will be a half. Multiply by the base you can see it is 14. Multiply by the height it is 7.14. Multiply by 7.14. 7.14. Because we have 2, we're not going to repeat, so we're going to multiply times 2 because we have 2 triangles. So it will be 14 multiplied by 7.14, and we get it is 99.96. So 99.96 centimeters. So that is the area of the 2 triangles. So we can, and then now next step is to get the area of the rectangles. I can call it area 2. This rectangle will be length times width. So it will be 10 times 26. So the width is 10, the length is 26. And then we have 2, which are equal. You can see this side, it is 10 by 26. Also here we have 10 by 26. We're going to multiply by 2 because they are equal. So it will be 260 times 2. Get area 2 is 520. Sorry for that, 520 centimeters squared. Then finally area 3, the area of this, the base, the rectangle, it will be 14 times 26 because there's length times width. So it will be 14 times 26. When we multiply 14 times 26, then the answer is 364 centimeters squared. 364 centimeters squared. Now the surface area will be the sum of the area of the faces. So I'm going to write here at the top. So surface area, if you can see, it will be the sum. So it will be 99.96 plus 520 plus 364. So when you add those 364 plus 520 plus 99.96, you can see the answer is 983.96 centimeters squared. So that will be the surface area of that figure. We score those 4 marks. So we are done with part B. We score those 4 marks. Number 34. A straight line passes through point 46 and W9. The line has a gradient of a half. Calculate the equation of the line. So we get the equation, we pick one of the points. You can pick the point because here we have 4, 6. So you pick point 4 and 6. Pick another point unknown, for example, X and Y. And the gradient, remember, is a half because they are lying on the same line. So the gradient is a half. So to get the line, we're going to start with this other point. So it is changing Y over changing X is equals to the gradient. So Y minus 6 over X minus 4 is equals to the gradient, which is a half. So next step is to remove the denominator. I'm going to multiply the denominator by the number there where we have a half. So I remain with Y minus 6. So I'm going to write here Y minus 6 is equals to a half into bracket X minus 4. Then I open the bracket. So this will be Y minus 6 is equals to half times X, we get a half X. Half times negative 4, we get negative 2. You can collect like terms together, take negative 6 to the right. We remain with Y is equals to a half X, negative 2 plus 6, we get positive 4. So the equation of the line is Y is equals to a half X plus 4, and we score those 3 marks. Part B, the value of W. So remember here we have the point here we have 2 points, 4, 6, W9, and the gradient is a half. So we know that gradient is changing Y by changing X. So we're going to work out the gradient for and get the value of W. So I'm going to allow me to rub here so that we can work out. So the points are here. We have 0.46, 0.46, another point, W and 9, and the gradient is a half. Don't forget that the gradient is a half. Gradient is equals to a half. So to work this, you know that I'm going to start with this other point. So 9 minus 6 change in y, 9 minus 6, over change in x, w minus 4, is equals to the gradient, which is a half. Again, I'm going to remove this denominator. I'm going to cross multiply w minus 4 times a half. I'm going to remain with 9 minus 6, which is 3. So on the left side, I remain with 3. So 3 is equals to a half. I use a bracket into brackets w minus 4. I'm going to open the brackets. So this will be 3 is equals to a half w, negative, or a half times negative 4, you get negative 2. I can collect like terms together, take negative 2 to the left, it becomes a positive. So 3 plus 2, we get 5 is equals to a half w. So to get a w, you can remove this fraction. So you multiply by 2 over 1, the reciprocal, times 2 over 1 times 2 over 1. So this and this cancels. You can see w is equals to 2 over 1 times 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. 10 over 1, we get 10. Therefore, w, the value of w is 10. And we score those 2 marks. Number 5. I hope you are following. Let me know if you are following by liking this video. Number 5, we have a question here. Deborah, grade 9, Green of Kijitenga Junior School. Draw the diagram as shown below. Allow me to rub here again. This space is very limited, but you're going to squeeze ourselves. Here we have the diagram. The diagram is here. You can see here we have the shaded part. Calculate the area of the shaded region. So this is the shaded region. You can see this is the radius of the circle. The shaded region, its name is known as a sector. So we're going to calculate the area of this sector. Know that area from grade 8, area is equals to theta over 360 multiplied by pi r squared, because you're getting the area. So we're going to multiply by pi r squared, where pi r squared is the area of a circle. So multiply by pi r squared. So what is theta? It is the angle subtended at the center by the sector. You can see here we have 60. So our theta is 60. So it will be 60 over 360 multiplied by pi. Pi is 12 over 7. Multiplied by the radius. So radius is 14 squared, or you can say 14 times 14. So you multiply this one accurately. You can see the answer is 60 over 360 times 22 over 7 times 14 times 14. You'll see that the answer is 102.667. So it is 102 2 over 3, or 102.667 centimeters squared. So that is the area of the shaded region. So it is going to be 102.667. Continue with number 6. Construct a triangle ABC with sides of length 8 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 5 centimeters. Draw a circle that touches the side of the triangle. That is, we inscribe the circle. We're going to do this question as the last question. I'm going to skip it now, but I'm going to do it at the end of the video. Therefore, kindly stay up to the end so that you can learn how to construct and inscribe a circle inside a triangle. Continue with number 7. 7 here we have statistics. This is grade 7, I believe. The table below shows the prices of petrol per liter for 8 months. Calculate the mean price. So we know that the mean will be the sum. So mean will be the sum of the prices. So mean will be the sum of the prices divided by the number of the months. So we're going to add all this, 40 plus 20. We're going to add 40 plus 20 plus 15 plus 35 plus 20 plus 45. I know you know. So 40 plus 20 is 60 plus 15 plus 35 plus 20 plus 45 plus 25 plus 50. So if we add all of them, you'll find out that the price is, if you add the total is 250. We divide by how many months do we have? So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we divide by 8. So it will be 250 divided by 8. The mean will be 31.25. Therefore, the mean is 31.25 shillings, because it is the price of the petrol. So the answer is 31.25, and we score those 2 marks. Part B, state the median price of the petrol So the median is the middle price. So we're going to arrange the values in ascending order. Ascending means from the smallest to the largest. I'm going to start with the smallest. I can see the smallest is 15. We'll start with 15. Next one I go to. Next one is 20. We have two 20s here and here. I'm going to write 20, another 20. We also have, the next one is 25. 25. Then we have 25. We go to 35. 35. We go to 40. And then 45. Finally, we have 50. Can confirm whether they are 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to get to the median. So we're going to simplify. So we can do by elimination method, which is very simple. So we eliminate each number as we come to the middle. So by 15, we eliminate f by 15, 50. By 20, 45. By 20, 40. So we remain with the 2. Therefore, this is the median. So to get the median, we add the 2, we divide by 2 since we have two numbers. So the median will be 25 plus 35 divided by 2. So 25 plus 35, that is 60. 60 divided by 2, so it will be 60 divided by 2. And the answer is 30, and therefore the median is 30. So the answer is 30. That is the median. Number 38. Solve the following simultaneous equations using graphical method, 4 marks. Therefore, going to use a graph to solve this. So we're going to make some tables for each equation. So we make a table for the first equation, and also a table for the second equation, and then we draw a plot. And then the points of intersection of the lines will be the solution to the simultaneous equation. I'm going to start with the first one. I'm going to rearrange this one. This is 3x minus 2y is equals to 7. We're going to take negative 2y to the right and 7 to the left. So this is 3x minus 7. I hope you can see because this is positive. It comes there, it becomes negative. Is equals to negative 2, and it crosses over, it becomes positive. So is equals to 2y. And rearrange and say, starting with 2y, 2y is the same as 3x minus 7. So to get y, we're going to divide by 2. I'm going to divide by 2, everything by 2. So I can see y is equals to 3 over 2x minus 7 over 2. This is my equation in simplified form. I'm going to make a table for this value so that I can plot the graph. Let us go to our graph so that we can plot together. So this is the graph. Remember, our equation was the first line. The equation was y is equals to 3 over 2x minus 7 over 2. So I'm going to make a table here, very simple table. Here we put x, here we put y. Then you pick any values of x. We can start with even 1, you go to 2, you go to 3, you go to 4. So where we have x, we put 1, and then we get the value of y, because y is equals to 3 over 2x minus 7 over 2. So when you put here, when x is 1, it will be 3 over 2 minus 7 over 2. And the answer is negative 2. Y is negative 2. When x is 2, we put here 2. So it will be 3. 3 minus 7 over 2. You get negative 0.5. So here we have negative 0.5. When x is 3, we put here 3. So it will be 9. 3 over 2 times 3, it is 9 over 2 minus 7 over 2. You get 1. And then I can add even another number. For example, I can put here 5. So when x is 5, so it will be 3 over 2 times 5 minus 7 over 2. 3 over 2 times 5 minus 7 over 2. Three over 2 times 5 minus 7. Can you see here the answer is 4. So for this one is 4. You can also fill this one. Then if we're going to plot this point, we're going to make a scale. So I can start with, here we have 0, so this side to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Here we have -1, -2, -3, and so on. On the y, again, the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So I'm going to plot the first point. On the x1, -2. So 1, -2. I have -2 here. So this is -1. This is -2. So 1, -2. I'm going to plot it here. 1 on the x, -2 on the y. This is my point. Allow me to use another color. So here we have 1, -2. 2, 0.5. Let us go to the next one because getting the fraction is difficult, the decimal part. 3, 1. Can plot 3, 1. This is 3, 1. And also 5, 4. 5, 4. So that is my points. So allow me to wrap this table. Then we join using a straight line. So we are done with the first equation. So I'm going to join using this line. So I'm going to join. So we can join. That is a straight line. That is our line. The first line. It is refusing. I don't know why. Right there, we have our straight line. Turning through the points. I am done with the first line. Let's go to the next equation. Next equation, I'm going to wrap this one. Sorry for that. We have 2x plus y is equals to 7. Quickly, let us do the second equation. So here we have 2x plus y is equals to 7. So I can take 2x on the left, I remain with y is equals to 7 minus 2x. So I'm going to make a table for the values. So I put x, here I put y. Can you pick any value? For example, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when x is 1, 2 times 1 is 2. 7 minus 2, we get 5. When x is 2, 2 times 2, 4. 7 minus 4, we get 3. And x is 3, 2 times 3, 6. 7 minus 6, we get 1. When x is 4, 4 times 2, 8. 7 minus 8, we get -1. I'm going to plot this point. So the first one is 1, 5. X is 1, y is 5. So 1, 5. Let us plot 1, 5. You can see 1 is here. 5 is here. 1, 5. And then we have 2, 3. 2 on the x, 3 on the y. Then finally, you have 3, 1. Those are enough. 3, 3, 1. So 3, 1 is here. I'm going to join these other lines using a straight line. So here we have our line. Then we join it very nicely. So the points of intersection of the two lines. So where these two lines are meeting, this is where we have our solution. So you can see, you read here on x, x is equals to 3. If you come here down, you can see x is equals to 3. What about y? Y is equals to, you read on the y-axis, you can see y is equals to 1. And therefore, this is the solution. X is equals to 3 and y is equals to 1. You get those 4 marks. You can substitute and see x is equals to 3. Confirm your answer. Remember, x is equals to 3 and y is equals to 1. Put it here. 2x plus y. So 2x, 2 times 3 is 6 plus y. Y is 1. 6 plus 1, we get 7. And therefore, the solutions are very correct. Number 39. The table below shows the number of girls in Kakuyuni Comprehensive School from grade 4 to grade 9. Represent the information above in a bar graph, 4 marks. So I'm going to skip this one. because I know you know how to draw a bar graph, and therefore I'm going to skip this one because this one will make the video to be very long, and therefore kindly allow me to skip this one. But if you have any question, if you don't know how to draw a bar graph, let me know so that I can make a video on bar graphs. Number 40, simplify the expression leaving your answer in index form. Here we have p power 4, come to the right, p power 4 multiplied by p power 2 multiplied by p power 3. Remember the laws of indices, that if you have a power m multiplied by a power n, we're multiplying two numbers with the same base, we pick one base, and then we add the powers. It will be m plus n. So I'm going to pick one base. You can see it is multiplication. It is p, p, p. So I'm going to pick one base, p, then add the powers. So 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 3, 9. And therefore the simplified form in index form, it is p power 9, and we get those 2 marks. Now to look at number 36. Remember, we left number 36. Let us solve number 36. Construct a triangle ABC with sides of length 8 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 5 centimeters. Draw a circle that touches the side of the triangle. Inscribe the circle, and you can see the marks is 4 marks. I'm going to do that construction. I'm going to start with drawing a line which is 8 centimeters. So I'm going to draw a line which is 8 centimeters long. So that is 8 centimeters. I'm going to label it A and B. So sides A and B. I'm going to draw from B to C. Remember, it was 6 centimeters. I'm going to measure 6 centimeters using my compass. I measure 6 centimeters. Then standing at B, allow me to lock the compass and then take it to B. Starting at B, I'm going to make an arc above line AB. So I make an arc above line AB. And then I take my ruler. Remember, it was 6 from A to C. It was 5 centimeters. I'm going to measure 5 centimeters. So I'm going to measure 5 centimeters, putting my compass at 0. And then I close to 5 centimeters. Then I take it to A. Then I make another arc. After making, I'm going to join the points using a straight line with a ruler. I'm going to join the points from A to points of intersection of the arcs, from that A to, then from B. Then I call it C. So that is where we have our C. So to make an incircle, you bisect any two of the angle. It can be angle A, B, or C. Therefore, I'm going to bisect angle A. So standing at A, I make 2 arcs on the lines, line AC. I make an arc, and then I also make another arc. So I make an arc at AC and another arc at AB. Then I open my compass. Then I stand at the 2 arcs. Standing at the first arc on line AC, I make another arc in the front, and going to the lower arc, I make another arc so that the 2 arcs can intersect. Then I'm going to join from A to points of intersection of the arcs. So I'm going to join using a straight line, and there we are done. I'm going to bisect angle B, the same procedure. Standing at B, using a compass, I'm going to make 2 arcs on the line. So I'm going to make an arc on BC, and also another arc on line AB. Sorry for that. So I lock my compass, make an arc on BC and also on AB. Then I open the compass, the same way we did for bisecting angle A. Take it to the first arc, and then I make another arc and also another arc so that they can intersect. And then if I'm going to join from B to points of intersection, I'm going to join. So the points of intersection where these two, the bisectors of the angle, where these 2 bisectors meet, this is where we have the center of our circle. So you can see we have 2 bisectors, the one in red and the one in blue. Where they are meeting there, this is the center of our circle. So using our compass, we're going to stand at the center. Then we open our compass and until it reaches the side of our triangle. Then we're going to make a beautiful circle. So I'm going to draw a circle. As you can see, the circle is going to touch the sides of their triangle. So it is touching side AB, also touching side AC, and also touching side BC. That is how we can construct an in circle. So thank you so much for watching. Consider liking this video and also subscribing if you are new and sharing to your friends. See you in the next video. Best wishes as you prepare for your exam.